Alright guys, a quick shop tour here of our new facility in Columbus, Texas. This is the new launch area where we're going to be able to receive you and basically go over your projects, show you what we're capable of doing, and eventually do some administration on this Jeepster front end. The whole area has a bar section and overlooks the workspace. The purpose is not to store vehicles in here, however this is the case right now, but basically to build Jeeps whenever they come back from the restoration process. We will build 2, maximum 3 cars at a time in this area. We've got a lift, and as you will see in a second, when we walk down, 2 bays to receive frames and bodies, and of course a lot of parts. Some grills. This is what I like to call the alley of the grills. Here we have the 2 bays under the loft area. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer that we restored a few years ago, which is a 1991 Spinnaker Blue one, and J10 1989 Jeep Wagoneer 80,000 mile original, and just some nice renderings that my good friend Tavis made for us, showing different options. If you haven't seen this yet, well, basically we go for either full stock 4-barrel carbureted 360 or 401. We got the option to basically make it more fuel efficient and upgrade it a little bit with the mass flow EFI system from Chris Richards. And last but not least, SRT8 or Hellcat upgrades, which are possible as well. Right, let's go out. What do we have here? Some interiors awaiting shipping. This was done for a 1981 or 82 Jeep J10 Honcho. It's going out to my good friend Domingo in Arizona. Some more details. What do we have here? Basically these are Grand Wagoneer restoration parts, which we have reproduced over the time. What do we have more? We got some more parts out here. These are parts that all have been basically treated, sandblasted, metallized, and powder coated. This is the old part that has been treated and that will never rust again. Some trim, and then of course some newer parts which we cannot restore, but which we occasionally find and purpose on our restored vehicles. This is a nice process which a lot of people might enjoy. Is basically the old hardware that came off the Jeep, all rusted and everything, which has been treated, electrozinced. It's been cleaned up and electrozinced, meaning that it will not rust again. If you are not familiar with this process, we have an option to go with stainless steel hardware as well. Now, let's go out to the other area. We are just across the street. We have a bank. We have our delightful shop truck, J10 Honcho Fleet Side 79, which we just use here in town. Nice open area, fields. 1953 FC 170, just here for parts. This is the other side of the facility where the dirtier part takes place, where basically we take the cars apart to the very last piece. As you can see here, these are all parts that came off Jeeps that we will restore. We have a few boxes. We got this box here with all moving parts that basically get electrozinced, the same treatment as the hardware that you saw inside. And then here, sandblasting, metallizing, powder coating, never rust again, and just beautiful, beautiful finish on all these Jeep parts. Same thing goes for the leaf springs, the fuel tank skid plates, and so on and so on. Got a first paint booth here, which is available. We've got a 1991 Jeep Grand Wagoneer being taken apart, and then a whole bunch of parts which are available for doing all these restorations. We've been acquiring these over the years so that we're able to basically build the nicest Jeeps out there. This is a 1981 J10 Honcho, same one as the one that you saw inside the other facility, going to the sandblaster, being metallized, and going to be treated by our good friends, workers, Marco and Nicola. 1983 Jeep Wagoneer that belongs to a good friend of mine. It's just here in storage. It's a very nice original classic, 70,000 miles. Never been repainted, just a beautiful car. What do we have more here? We've got, of course, some equipment to be able to work on light pieces from out here. Sandblaster cabinet, cleaning cabinet. A 1956, I believe, I don't remember now. FC150 awaiting restoration. A donor Grand Wagoneer, which is basically just going to serve as purpose for parts. In this case, the body is in pretty good shape. We will be able to reuse this. This was sourced here in Texas. A frame, which is being taken apart to the last piece. All the parts that we don't treat and that we don't use are being put on this wall and serve as cores in the process of restoration. And when we buy new parts, some suppliers ask us to bring back old parts so that they can repurpose them. A lot of other parts that are ready to be restored. Engines, transmissions, basically all awaiting restoration. These engines and transmissions are put on special crates and are being shipped to our engine builder and partner that will basically take them all apart, do a full restoration on them, dyno test them, and ship them back to us with the specs that we've asked for. All right, let's walk out. We've got some donor vehicles here, projects that are awaiting the right customer, or that basically are just sitting here. As this 53 Willys CJ3B, which is a really cool little car we bought from the Swiss, from a Swiss fire station, and it served as a snowplow in the 60s, 50s, 60s. Some frames, these were all Jeeps that we took apart, and these frames are going to a sandblaster, then to the galvanizer, then to the powder coater. They will return, and as they return, they will enter the other facility, and we'll start building them up again. We've got a Grand Wagoneer, which is just there for parts. My favorite next project, which is a 76 Jeep J10 Honcho, not sports side, but it's got the 401, 18,000 original miles, and the blue Levi interior. Nice car. J20 ready to be taken apart, just there for parts. This is a nice Colorado 1990 Grand Wagoneer. It's next on the list to be restored, like the spinner one that you saw inside, like the one that you saw inside. And then the two brothers, the two twins, 83 and an 84 Cherokee Laredo. One being sourced in New Mexico and the other one coming out of Texas. They're all in complete condition and awaiting restoration. Now, what do we have out here? We got a lineup of a few of the cars. As you can see, we are just next to the Walmart and the H-E-B, right off the I-10, going from Houston to Austin. We've got here a very special car, not been restored, 1980 Jeep J10 Honcho Sportside, which belonged to James Brolin, famous actor. He won this car in a desert race in the early 80s. He was racing with Schwarzenegger out in California, and he won this car. We bought this car about 15 years ago, and it's just been a good, nice piece of history that's been following us all around the world. Then we have a 1979 Jeep Cherokee Golden Eagle that we restored for a good friend of mine, Matteo, in Italy. We did this a few years ago, bought the car back, and it's now sitting back in Columbus, Texas again. We'll cover all these cars individually as we go along in the upcoming days and weeks. Then we have, last but not least, my favorite Cherokee Chief, which is just a beautiful, beautiful example of what we can do and what we will do in the upcoming month here in Columbus, Texas at Jeep Heritage. Nice Indian vinyl interior, leather, vinyl, original. We needed 6 cars to be able to have this, make this as beautiful as it is today. We'll cover it in the upcoming weeks. Alright guys, so the plan was just to show you around, show what we have to offer, and hopefully get in touch with you, see what we can do together. And follow us if you like us. Give us a call, 832-475-1822 if you want to discuss a project. And yeah, visit our website, www.jeepheritage.com, Facebook, Jeep Heritage of Texas, and Instagram, Jeep Heritage, just nothing else. Alright, take care. My name is Dan.